Hey guys, and welcome to Talk to Aitan episode 24. And today we have Clint Rowe. Welcome, Clint. How's everything going?
What's up, Ian? Man, it's going great. It's a beautiful day here in South Texas, and man, I'm just thankful for another day, brother.
Yeah, so that's where we're going to come to. Is as always, where are you based? I know you're in USA. Whereabouts?
I'm in Corpus Christi, Texas. It's almost the very southern tip of Texas. As far as the United States, man, 2 hours from here you can get into Mexico. So yeah.
What's it like? What's it like there growing up in Texas?
It's cool, man. A lot of people think that we ride horses around here. But we don't, man. I mean, yeah, of course, if you have a ranch, there's horses, but it's great. I live right by the beach. So to get to the beach, it takes about 45 minutes to drive there. And down where I live, man, the population's only about 500,000 people. And it's kind of slow down here, but that's why a lot of people like it. Come down here to get away from bigger city life, just to slow things down a little bit. And um, I've lived all over Texas. It's funny, I've only been outside Texas a couple of times, and but I've lived all over Texas. I've lived in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I have lived in Austin, and I always seem to find myself coming back over here. And it's home, man, and I love it. And like I said, there's the beach, and there's a lot of beautiful women down here. And I've
You, you don't associate Texas with the beach actually, because like Texas is it's on the sea, right? Is the sea there? It is like a
oh
yeah.
yeah,
You never think of it that like Texas sea is. Don't think about it,
yeah. You
You know.
gotta think about cowboys and ranches and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
It is. It's right where I live. It's right by the beach. I actually grew up in a little town called Portland, and
Okay.
it's about 15 minutes north of Corpus Christi. But
What kind of beaches are there? Are they like nice beaches or they're like shingle beaches? Like what are they there?
it just depends on where you go. There's man-made beaches for sure, but it's not man-made pretty like Florida would be. It's a bunch of shell and stuff, and it's nice. A lot of tourists don't know the difference, and that's fine. Um, but we do have the actual what I call the real beach, which is in Port Aransas, and it's beautiful. There's not a lot of structure out there, so you if you go surfing down here, you're really riding what they call whitewater all the time. There's really no the waves down here are not very big, but it's beautiful, man. It
I,
really is.
I noticed behind you are those oars on your wall behind you?
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Are you like a sea fan and like sea ferry man sort of guy? Like what's the story behind
No, no.
that? No.
Uh, the thing is, I actually I live in my I have my own apartment, but I live in my boss's second house because
Okay.
I'm in the process of moving right now.
Okay.
This is his house. I am a skilled fisherman. I
Oh,
uh,
okay.
grew up, like I said, I grew up down here, and ever since I was a kid, my dad taught me how to fish, and I've been 37 now, man, and I've been doing that all my life. So,
What's the biggest fish you've caught?
oh man, the biggest fish I ever caught was probably a 42-inch redfish. hmm
42 inches. How heavy is that? In
Oh,
kid
yeah,
you
you
say
got
pounds.
me.
We say kilograms.
You got me on that, bro. It's
Pound.
it's a big fish.
We'll say pounds. Give us a approximation, you reckon, in pounds?
Oh man, hold on, man. Let me do calculations here because I really don't know. You know what? Is a lot of people do they measure that in pounds and stuff, man. But like all my life, we just measured on how long the fish was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and whether we can keep it or not. Now down here, 42 inches is what they call a bull redfish. It's over the size limit, and I mean it's good to catch and it's fun to reel it in, but it's really not that great to eat. You know what I mean?
Tell me, in all your years of fishing, have you ever seen anything weird? Any like Loch Ness like the Loch Ness monster story in Scotland? Like
Oh.
anything you've seen, like you can't explain, or like just huge, I don't know, mermaids, anything, anything crazy,
Um,
you know?
you know what? I have seen. I remember this one time, man. I saw some seahorses, and there was like a group of them. Oh, it's 26 pounds, by the way. That's how
26
big
pounds. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pounds, yeah. And it was this was a miracle of nature, man. One of the seahorses, they have like this pouch right here on the front of them.
Yeah.
They opened up this pouch, and like 8 or 10 of these little red balls came out of it. And then another one caught it in the pouch.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow.
Yeah. Not a Loch Ness monster story, but it was a miracle of nature for sure. You
Okay.
know, down here we have a couple ferries, and
Yeah.
when you're on the ferries, you see dolphins playing and stuff like that all the time. A lot of the tourists like to get on the ferries, but that's pretty much it, man. I've never been deep sea fishing.
Okay.
I am scared of the ocean.
Okay. Oh,
Even
really?
though I
Okay.
love to go fishing,
Oh.
I don't want to get attacked by a great white shark, so I just stay in the bay.
Oh, you got great whites there off
No,
Texas.
no, no, no. I do not. I did not go deep water. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. But do you have great whites there? Or was that I know
No,
it's
no, no, no.
Australia in like
Yeah, this is
Asia,
more
isn't it?
like
Yeah.
Australia, the Texas
Yeah. Yeah.
coast, or the Gulf of Mexico. You don't get any great whites, not really.
Okay.
Every once in a while you will, but like I said, I keep in the bay, which is like shallower water. But I've never been offshore before.
And tell us like about like it sounds like you have an outdoor lifestyle. Are you working out outdoors? Like are you doing like the California style training? Like
Um,
you know,
most of my
at,
I
at,
do when I do hit training, high intensity interval training, I like to do it outside. I have a soccer field right down the street that I go to, and I'll run 50 meters, take a 30-second break, run 50 meters.
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And when I want to, if I do my pull-ups, and I'm gonna start doing this on my challenge,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing pull-ups on the monkey bars like the doc was doing in his videos. And I mean, that's pretty much the extent of when I work out outside, man. I have a local gym that I go to, and I'm usually there 6 days a week for about an
Oh,
hour.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us more about your. Have you always enjoyed training? Have you always done been in health and fitness? Like, what where have you been? Since you were a kid, teenager.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what's funny was when I was younger, I've always had a fascination with muscles, always. And when I was younger, I didn't know what I was doing, but I would do funny things. Like I would get on the monkey bars, at recess, and that whole 45 minutes, I'd be playing on the monkey bars. And I would do weird things. Like I would get my dad's wheelbarrow and fill it up full of wood and go around the swing set as many times as I could. And yeah, that's kind of how it all started. I've always been intrigued with things like that, and I probably started working out in middle school. So I started working out when I was about 13 years old.
Okay, that's about right. Yeah.
Off and on, off and on. I've taken a few years off before, and man, honestly, I wish I would have never have left it, but other things were going on in my life.
Competitive athlete at all? Baseball, American football,
Yeah, American
basketball.
football.
Yeah.
American football. Sure, right. Not a huge sports fan though. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind going to like a football party or whatever, but I'm not gonna take my time and watch it on television. It's just not for me, man. I am so busy all the time I'm a personal assistant.
Okay.
Um, my usual hours are from 8 to 5, but my boss calls me all hours of the day and all hours of the night. And between that and the gym and the meetings I go to and everything else that I do, man, it's really hard to even sit down and watch television. So,
How did you get into that? How did you get into personal assisting?
oh man, well, I was serving tables at a restaurant, and this man and his coworker came in, and I served on them several times, and I ended up being his server. So every time he came in, he wanted to sit in my section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one time he gave me his business card, and it said Dairy Queen on it. You know what Dairy Queen is?
No, who is that? No.
It's a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
And he gave me his card, and I thought to myself, I don't want to do this. But COVID had come around,
Ah,
and when all that come around, I couldn't work anymore because, everybody was scared and went back into their homes. And I had worked before COVID, I'd worked for him a little bit here and there, but not like I do now. And so I asked him if he could have something for me to do, and he told me I can start working in his yard.
Ah,
Did. And man, as the years, as things have progressed, I started doing more and more for him, and now I'm his personal assistant,
ah,
man.
okay. What does he do? What is your boss? Like, has he got like a number of businesses? Like, what is it that he does?
He's a Dairy Queen franchisee. He owns a couple of these restaurants.
Ah, okay.
The ones he owns two. The ones he owns are in Laredo, Texas, which is about 2.5 hours away from here. And we just work in the office. It's actually in this house that I'm in right now is where I work at.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, man, there's a small group of us. There's about five of us all together that work in this office. And man, I'm really blessed to have him, he's my boss, but he's also my best friend. He's my number one
Oh,
supporter.
amazing. Okay, that's great.
And
It
he
sounds like
really
you're growing in this role, and I'm sure there'll be endless possibilities in the future. What about in the past? Did you go to university?
I'm actually going to school right now.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Mhm. I'm going to school right now. Man, I want to give back to the community, man. I'm going to school to be an LCDC, which is a licensed chemical dependency counselor. So I'm going to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So that's for everyone pretty much, right? It's not
Yeah,
it's
for
yeah.
everyone, pretty much, man. I unfortunately have gone down that rabbit hole,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
I pulled out of it, man. And if I can help just one other human being, then I've done my job, man, because it's
Could,
uh it's tough, it really is.
would you be able to share with us a little bit more about that? Like how the journey went down, like what made you like what happened to some capacity?
Yeah, man, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, yeah, I can start from the very beginning, sure. I mean, I was exposed to painkillers at a very young age,
Okay.
and I was probably about 18 years old, and then at one point in time, I had oral surgery a few different times, and each time they would give me these painkillers. Well, I met this girl, and her dad had a whole bunch of them at her house or whatever. And we would take them for reasons that you probably shouldn't have been taking them, like for headaches and stuff like that. Before I knew it, I became physically addicted to them. And man, if you know anything about opiate painkillers, they're very, very, very hard to get off of. And man, that lasted for a long time, for at least 10 years.
How did you wean off them?
Man, I had to go get help. You
Okay.
know,
Okay. Mm.
I had to go to a treatment facility. And the thing about it is, man, a lot of people don't get this. And I'm going to switch modes on you real quick,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
the drugs and alcohol are a symptom of who I am. In other words, if it was just the drugs and the alcohol that were the problem, then rehabs would have a 100% success rate, but they don't. And it's because there's something going on up here that keeps drawing you to want to do that. And so you have to condition yourself to not think about that sort of stuff, to be proactive and to want a new lifestyle. Just like in anything else in life, you have to work at it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've basically you got yourself out of it, not
Yeah.
just therapy. You got yourself out of it, and
Mhm.
yeah, like so you've been going to sort of shifting towards the Aphro-D. How did you get involved in that? How is it helping you?
Oh man, that was crazy. What was funny was because of COVID, the place I usually get creatine from, they didn't have it. Something about they just didn't have it at the store, and they told me to find it anywhere I can. So I was looking for it online, and then I ran across Doc's video about Aphro-D and the four ingredients in it and the path that it takes to work in your body. And man, at first I was just gonna hit the X and skip over it. Then I started listening. And man, with all the scientific evidence, especially like the blood tests and stuff like that, I thought to myself, man, it wouldn't hurt because I was already taking a testosterone booster before that, which was pretty good. But man, I that video got it really did. And I remember people saying that it worked they could feel it the very first day they took it. And man, that was no lie. I really did feel it the very first day.
So let me get straight. Because you didn't take your creatine, you decided to try a different supplement. Is that kind of what it was?
I was looking for creatine, and
Okay.
I do take creatine, but I just ran across his video online when I was shopping for it.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And man, from a few hours later after I took that first dose of Aphro-D, man, I just felt better, had a little more energy. Well, actually, a lot more energy than I normally have. I tell people this all the time. It's not like drinking caffeine. It's like it's just an overall sense of well-being, you know. And man, I have never looked back since I started taking it. And tell you the truth, man, I really feel like it's helped with my recovery time. I felt like it has made my workouts more enjoyable. I'm hitting it harder than I ever have at this point in time. And a large, with the Aphro-D and our Facebook group and Andre's androgen diet, man, all that stuff together makes you want to keep doing more and more and more, you know. And
How long's it been? When did you start? When did you start taking it?
man, about 3 months ago.
Yeah, okay, it's good measurement. Okay.
It's made a significant difference in my life, man. It really, really has. I even got my boss taking it. He's a 73-year-old man.
Oh, okay.
Um, man, I remember the first time he took it too. Felt the same way, And he told me it helped with his libido a lot too. His girlfriend appreciates it, and so now we ordered the 9 pack together. We split it, and yeah, man, just like I said, overall sense of well being, and I love this product. I really do.
Is he on the group, by the way, with us? Oh,
No,
he's
like
not. Okay. Okay.
he's
Well, at
not.
least try and get him to do some blood tests so you can post on behalf of him. But
Oh
even better
man,
if he's
that'd
on
be
our group.
great. That would be great. He is about to have surgery on his neck. Actually, here,
Ah,
there's something. He has scoliosis.
okay. Yeah.
Um, you can't tell looking at him because he stands
Mm.
straight. But something about he doesn't have enough spinal fluid, and so they have to go in there and do something. And his recovery time is going to be for a couple weeks. So he lives in another house, but during his recovery, he's going to stay over here with me so I can take care of him.
Oh, I mean, okay. That's yeah. It's well, that is a real true friendship. It's
Oh man, truly,
taking care of your boss is interesting. Yeah, 100%.
yeah. We take care of each other, man. We really do. And the
That's
five
great.
that work here at this office, it's a blessing to be here. It really is.
What? Tell me, what other kind of hobbies you do? Like, I know you said you're very busy, but you said you're still doing fishing. You're doing other stuff as well.
Yeah, fishing.
Yeah.
I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for about 15 years. I like to paint. Painting is therapeutic for me. I am not the best at it, but I like to do it.
I can see a painting, and I don't know if that's your painting or just something.
Here, let me hold on for a second. I'll show
Yeah.
you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best things in the world, but it's just stuff that I'm into doing, man, and stuff
Oh
like
no,
that.
okay. I mean, it's better than probably
Mhm.
there's 10,000 guys in the group. Probably maybe five could do as good as that. Probably, yeah. So you know.
But it's therapeutic for me, man. I try to be proactive in everything I do. If I can lead by example in some sort of way, I'm gonna do it. Um,
And tell us about like what are your goals? So you said you're going to university now. You're going to do basically drug addiction counselor, kind of what it
that's
is.
right. That's right. Yes, sir.
And like what kind of other goals you have for yourself in the future?
Well, I'm gonna continue bodybuilding, something I am very passionate about, man. And but other than that, I plan to go on to school for the next 20 years. And to get the license that I want now, it's only gonna take a couple years. But the human service professional field is a very big umbrella. That's your psychiatrist, your marriage
Oh
counselors,
yeah, yeah.
oh, and eventually that's what I do want to do. I want to be a psychiatrist.
Oh, okay. So
So
like
that's a
basically
goal.
you become a doctor. You become a medical doctor,
Yes,
pretty much. Yeah.
yes, that's what
Okay.
I want to do, man. And what else? Yeah, school is like number one in my life right now.
Okay.
Like, is besides the working out and to stay sober. I
Yeah.
know that's silly, man, but that's like for me.
No, it's
If I don't have my health, I don't have anything. You know, and
you know what's really interesting. I mean, we both come from English speaking cultures, and our cultures are quite similar. But like I remember when I was growing up, because I never liked drinking. It's more of like a
good.
taste. It's a taste thing, and it's never like my whole family, like parents don't like drinking, And I can always remember when I was like 15, 16, like even younger, like people was like, I used to go to parties, be like, what, you don't like drinking? Like as if genuine shock. It wasn't even like in jest. It's like, you don't like drinking? What's wrong with you? And and there are some people that just have the opposite problem. They drink too much. And I have the opposite problem with them. Like I just, I go out socially and I just like I'd rather not drink and I just drink out of the fact that, I don't want to look silly or just to be not to
Right.
make people look make uncomfortable because drinking is a big part of our cultures. It really is. Drinking is
Oh
very
yeah,
going
man.
down the pub, bars. It's very important, socially as well, along with smoking. Although smoking not as much anymore, but yeah, it's just very interesting. You said like not you say it's a silly thing, but it's not. It's a real thing, and
It is.
it's affecting a lot of people in the world. So
It is. It's a real problem, man. And I've had to cut a lot of people off of my life because of this, and this includes family members too. And because like you said, it's a huge thing in both of our cultures, and um, it's widely accepted and it's legal on
and it's
top of
legal. Yeah, yeah.
it. That's what makes it so dangerous, you know. And so I've had to cut girlfriends off, and a couple
Oh, okay.
off because man, I have to do what's right for me. You know, if I allow somebody in my life that I put my trust in, they're drinking all the time, then I want to go hang out with them and they're drinking. Eventually, that's gonna wear on me. And if you go to the barber shop enough times, you're gonna get a haircut. So it's
Yeah, that's true.
something I just try to avoid at all costs, man. There's
Are you completely teetotal? You don't have anything at all, not even like a very like fruity flavored kind of flavored alcohol, nothing like that. Like something
no,
that nothing. Yeah,
totally free, man. The worst thing I do is I vape sometimes.
babe.
I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
but no, man. Another thing too is I'm allergic to marijuana. Literally,
Oh, okay.
I'm allergic to it.
I think they're trying to make it legal there, right? I
Oh,
remember
it's
reading
legal
about
in
it.
some states.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. The thing was with me is if I smoke, like about 12 hours later, I start throwing up. And I'm not talking about one time. I'm talking about all day.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay.
Yes. And I did it for a long time, when I was younger. And the doctor had told me last time I went to the hospital that I was allergic to it. And I didn't believe her. And man, every time after that, I swear to you, I got sick. So I just let it go, you know, and it's probably for the best.
Yeah, no, 100%. Tell me, like, what would your I always ask people, everyone always ask this, but like people in your situation that you've been growing up, what would you say to those what would you say to like an 18-year-old, like he's addicted to painkillers or started to drink? Um, what would you say to that person? Or even some people, watching now who are drinking now and they can't get out of it. What should they do to like start the process? What can they do?
Well, man, the first thing I would say if they wanted to help, and they were, some people feel like that it's not manly to go get help.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. That is the first step. I was in a situation to where I could not do it by myself. I just couldn't. I needed help from a medical professional so I can wean off that stuff. And that is the first thing I would say that, it's okay to ask for help. It is. And depending on who they were, I would try to relate to them on some sort of level and tell them that I've been where they've been. And that it's, if they really want it, that they can achieve it.
I mean, were your family supportive of you? Just does that have interest? So they tried to help
Very
you?
supportive,
Oh,
very
yeah.
supportive. Yes, yes. My little brother, he drinks sometimes, but he never drinks around me. And no one does. We have good, clean fun. And a lot of people might think that's boring, man, but there's so much more to life than getting messed up, There really is. And sadly, it's ingrained in our culture to do that sort of thing.
It is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and I just yeah, I got great support, man. I really do. And I am just a better person all the way around for it. Um,
Do you see a world where do you think they'll start banning alcohol? I mean, I know I mean, you can drink at 18 here, but people start drinking when they're 15 or even younger.
oh,
But
no doubt.
but
No doubt.
do you think like in America or even here, you think they think they'll ban it one day or make it very difficult to drink? I've heard things like they want to start trying to advertise because they advertise alcohol a lot.
Yeah,
So do you think it's going to go through the same process as cigarettes? You know, like can only buy it behind. I don't know what your rules are, but you can only like you can sell cigarettes, but they have to be like behind like a curtain or you can't see them basically. So like what do you
that's
see? Do
correct.
they will go through the same sort of journey as uh as as cigarettes have been going? I think in the
Man,
future.
I really wish that they would. Ever since they started legalizing weed in this country, man, people say that it's not harmless, but traffic accidents had multiplied substantially because of this. And I mean, same goes for alcohol. There, most people that have any sort of like major case, like criminally wise, there's usually some sort of form of alcohol or a drug involved. And I think the government has known about this for a long period of time, but I think that it's also a lot about money too.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, and money's a wonderful thing to have, but it's not it doesn't make me happy. But that different strokes for different folks, man. Um, I think if it ever does happen, it's probably not going to happen anytime when I'm alive.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Truth,
perhaps,
I
yeah.
think that I've had a friend that had to go to prison for 10 years because him and this girl were at a bar downtown and they were driving home. They hit the back of an 18-wheeler and her body ejected through the
Oh
windshield.
my goodness. Right, yeah.
He had to go to prison for 10 years from that. And stuff like that happens all the time, man. And it's really sad. But like I said, Eden, I think it's just about the money at this point with the government. I know that, I know a little bit about prohibition and they had tried outlawing it, but I don't know. It's I have some strong feelings towards this stuff, man, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody else's feelings that might be listening to this. But what I can say is that there is definitely a better way to live.
No, and I think you're demonstrating that. I mean, training every day. I mean, I don't even train 6 days. I mean, I'm quite active, but I'm not actively training an hour every day in the gym, or doing half the stuff you're doing. Just have interest. It's finding what are you going to do today? Have you been already?
No, I literally just got up about an hour ago.
Okay. Oh yes, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, the way I used to do it is I used to do body splits. Like I'd have chest and tricep day, back and bicep day, leg day, shoulder day, right? And then I decided that I wanted to step my game up. So instead of doing it like that, I do a push day, a pull day, and a leg day. Break, repeat, and that way I'm able to hit everything twice a week because your muscles only need 72 hours to recover. And that pretty much goes for everybody unless you hit it way too hard. And but yeah, that's what I do, and I will be going probably sometime in the next hour after this interview.
And what are you doing today? What exercise are you doing today?
Today I'm doing back. It's gonna be back day, primarily focused on the lower lats.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't work out their lower lats a lot, but I'm really trying hard to get that
The
the
V.
best
Yeah,
paper I can
yeah.
get. But yeah, man, it's gonna be lats and a little bit of biceps, and I started doing hit training after that too. So You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm a big believer in progressive overload and a big believer in uh, the mind muscle connection.
My muscle, yeah.
And
Mm.
you know, lifting heavy weight is great, I think, but if you're not feeling it in the right places, then something's probably wrong, you know.
Well, Clint, thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you had breakfast yet, but I'll let you go and eat. I'm sure you want to eat something
Yes, sir.
very soon. Yeah, and
Thanks for taking the time, Eaton. I really
yeah,
appreciate it,
yeah,
bud.
appreciate. Yeah, yeah, it's been great listening to your story, and other people listening in will hear your story. And as I always tell people, like this is completely raw footage. I've never actually had a proper conversation with Clint, only like over like Messenger. So everything you hear is authentic and real. So yeah, and if you have any questions for us, just message in the video link below, Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you watch this, and I'm sure Clint will be more than happy to respond to any questions you have about his
Oh
story.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, have a great workout, and yeah, I look forward to seeing your V shape coming up. Yeah.
Thanks, Eaton. You have a good
Yeah.
one, brother. Thank you for everything.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.